hello everyone. I hope that you are doing well. It's been a minute, but I hope that you guys are doing well. We are going to be making some more ornaments today. I've made, I think, 5 so far. And I got these really cute little boxes that fit them perfectly at Walmart. So we're going to be working on some of these. This is not the coloration that we're working on today, but one of them. They have the little thing at the top and everything. My husband was like, how are you going to hang them? And I was like, they have the thing. It was like the whole thing. Alright, so I have those, and then I also got bigger boxes to fit 2 ornaments in for people as well. So that is perfect for those. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well today. So it took me a minute to get this last round right to start working on this, and come on, but I finally got it right. The pattern for this that I shared the other week, I forgot to mention, only makes a ball about this big, and the balls that I have anyway are much larger than that, but it's really easy to adapt it because it's just a sphere. So you just add a couple increases, decreases kind of thing. Hey Winsome, how are you? How are you? I'm doing red and white today, but the white glows in the dark. You can't really tell that they're white. It's hard to see, but they're white, white/clear beads, but they glow in the dark. And then, I don't know, my husband wants me to make a gold and red one, so I'm going to try that after this. I don't know if I have the gold beads here. I do. They're considered gold, but they're not like super gold. Well, on camera they look pretty gold, actually. I think that will look good, though, with the red. Getting ready for bed. Aw, I know I'm all comfy in my jammies. You can't tell, but there was snow outside earlier. It's melted a lot. But we had a snow day today, which was nice. We don't usually get a snow this early into the winter, so it was cool. Just enough to cover everything, you know? That's all. Not a lot, just enough to cover. Hey Rosalie, did you get some snow? Did you get a little bit? My husband said there wasn't that much in Raleigh. So I don't know if I know you're not in Raleigh, but that just shows me that different places got different amounts. So we got enough to cover everything. Probably like, I don't know, less than an inch or an inch, but it was enough to cover everything and make everything white and pretty. So. Until you got to use the car. I know. My husband left at 7 this morning, and it gets light at like 6:45 or so. And I was like, please, no, don't. I was thinking, don't leave yet. Just wait like an hour to see, let other people go. Because once he gets on like the main roads, he's okay. But it's these little roads and bridges that I worry about him. But he made it. He was okay. But as soon as after he left, my dad texted me and he was like, have you seen and heard about all the wrecks? And I was like, oh no. But thankfully he made it. But I'm trying to convince him next time to wait longer. Jeez. He usually does wait longer, but this morning he was in a hurry. No, you didn't get any, Rosalie. Aw. I said it's pretty much gone now. It's very just, I would show you, but it's nothing to look at anymore. It's basically all gone. But it was really pretty to wake up to. And it was there before we went to bed, but it wasn't a nice covering like it was when we woke up. This is all non-beaded shingle crochets, right? Yeah. Okay. Just checking. I got these little boxes for my ornaments at Walmart, and they fit them perfectly. They have a couple different ones. I got 2 different ones. Well, I got a couple different ones, but I only brought these like 2 different like kinds. But these little ones, I think they were like $1 or $2 or something, almost $3. I can't remember what they were right now. But they fit them perfectly in here, and I'll put tissue paper and stuff, right? But they fit in here perfectly. And then I can fit, if I'm careful about it, I can fit 2 in this container because I can do it like this and put a little ribbon over top of it. So, some people get 2, some people get 1. Alright, where's my, there we go. A little bit of snow. Ain't enough to take down Mac. No, it's not. It's not, apparently. He likes the cold, though. He wears shorts like all year round. He's crazy. He wears pants like 4 times a year. And then, when he's required to for things like, when we got married, things like that. He tried to get away with shorts for that, and me and his mother were not having the shorts for our weddings. Hello, welcome. We're making ornaments. I hope that I can at least get the ball in the ornament and start working on closing it up before I get off. I have like 5 rounds of singles, which is nice, but half of those rounds I have to put beads on and half I don't. This one I don't, thankfully. Because the way they have me put the beads on, I still haven't quite figured out the old way I used to do it, but this way you go in backwards in your stitches, and it takes a minute to go in backwards when you have the ball in there and you're trying to like go between the ball and your crochet. That takes a minute, so I don't know. I like it, but there's another way. I just can't remember how to do it. To put your beads on the outside, but I just have no idea right this minute how to do it. I can figure out how to put them in the crochet, but I can't figure out how to put them back on the outside without going in the stitch backwards. But these are really simple, and there is a YouTube video for them. I'll have to put it in my description. I didn't realize that when I bought the pattern, but there is also a video on YouTube for them, and I'm assuming the pattern's in the video. So, I'm doing well. I hope that you are. I had a snow day today, so I didn't go to work because I walked to work. So I'm going to go in tomorrow, which actually works better anyway because my patient has a doctor's appointment. I can help her get ready for it. So that works out even better. I helped my parents put up their ancient Christmas tree this weekend. It is, I call it ancient, but it's really just like, I think, is it older than me? I don't know. It's 20 or 30 years old. I don't know. And it's one of those that like, it's an artificial tree, obviously. And it has like colors on the ends of the branches, and you have to like color coordinate where to put the branches. There's like an orange level, a yellow level, a pink level, a brown level, a black level, a white level, all these different levels. And it's so old that the paint is like barely there, so you can barely see what colors to put where. So you kind of have to hold the branches up and be like, all right, I think this one is the same length as this one. What do you think? Do you think they're the same length? All right, I think it goes on this row. And so I finally brought my dad all the paint colors of the rainbow so that he could fix the tree. But he didn't do it this year. I'm like, we're going to do it when we take it down. When we take it down, I'm going to come over and we're going to paint the ends of the tree. He's like, it's going to be a process. We got to let it dry. I'm like, I know. We'll save some newspaper. We'll spread them out. We'll do it. It'll be fine. It'll be so much easier for the future. But it's fun, though. Magic Frog, how are you? Aw, I know. I wish it was still pretty out there because I would show you guys, but it's really just like speckles in the yard. I am ready for Christmas. My horns are crooked. I think because I took my sweater off earlier because I was hot. The heat was on like 2 degrees warmer than it normally is because I think my husband was trying to be nice because it's snowing, and I was like, oh, I'm not used to this. All right, oh, these are just singles. Okay, I was like, am I counting? No, I'm not counting. Also, don't need these beads. But yeah, it was nice to wake up to. So usually if we do get snow, it's like January or February, and it's, again, not much, but it's nice to get it kind of early in December. Getting it, Arthur. And the cat's over here sleeping in the chair. Oh, you guys, I'm sitting on my couch. Well, part of my couch. There's still a problem, but that's a long story. But basically, we ordered the couch again, and the guy at the store was supposed to set it up. Like, it's one of those where you can switch out the pieces and a sectional, and the guy at the store was supposed to set it up exactly like it was in the store. Well, he did not order the pieces that were that way exactly at the store, because when it got here, it was as wide as the room. And I was like, yeah, that's not gonna work. We won't be able, because we have a large, like, double entryway. I don't know what you call it. Like 2 doors could fit in that entryway in between our dining room and our living room. And I was like, yeah, it's gonna block half of our entryway. We cannot keep that. So I kept this, which is a right arm or left arm, I don't know, love seat. And then now I need a opposite armed love seat, and I need a corner piece to attach them. But we're really confused about the delivery date because we got a thing that still says they're coming Thursday, but then on the phone he told us they're not coming until January the 2nd. Oh, one piece, and then he'd get back to us about the second piece, and I'm like very confused because that piece was coming the 11th anyway. It was coming on Thursday anyway, the corner. So I don't know why they can't just go ahead and bring the corner on the 11th if it was coming then anyway, and they're still making 2 separate deliveries. So I'm very confused. I just hope somehow it manages to all come tomorrow. I don't know, because I'm like sad. I wanted it for Christmas, you know. I wanted a full, complete couch where we could have people over and everything. And no, but I'm still very pleased to have something to sit on other than the floor and the rocking chair. So I'm still happy, but oh man. Oh man, oh man. Oh, corporate person just got time to scroll on YouTube. I understand. That is awesome. I'm a caretaker, so I make my own schedule for the most part and work with them, so I'm able to kind of do what I want, which is really, really nice. Aw, good, Winsome. I hope that you have a good night. Aw. Sleep well, Winsome. I won't add the other part because nobody wants to hear about the creatures, the critters trying to get you in your sleep, you know? Nobody wants to hear that. So just good night, you know, sleep well. It's like, when we were little, we didn't know those things were real, but they're real. Arthur's still playing with his Kong ball. Good. He was waiting for it. I was trying to get the last row right that I had to count out, and he was like, Mom, where's my Kong ball? Kitty's sleeping in the chair. They're both doing really well. Kitty has done amazingly with the Christmas tree, you guys. I was scared, not only because it's a Christmas tree, but also because it's a real Christmas tree, that the cat was going to be attracted to it, being a former outdoor cat. But no. The worst thing that he does to it is just try to bat at the ornaments at the bottom a little bit, but that's, you know, normal cat thing. He doesn't try to climb it, thankfully. Knock on wood. I'm so glad. I hope he continues not to. He hasn't tried to chew on the lights, none of that stuff yet. You know, I'm still looking out for it, but he's done really well. He's a good little boy. I'm surprised he's not over here with me. He was at one point right in front of me, and Arthur was beside me. Arthur will probably get back up here when he's done with his treat. He's happy to have his couch too. He missed it because we couldn't cuddle like a little family without at least a piece of couch. All right, there we go. All right, now I need beads. Yeah. Hey, baby. No Kong ball on the couch, baby. It's like when you can. You can come up here, but no Kong ball on the couch. It's got peanut butter in it. We are not. We are not doing that. You were never allowed to do that, even when it wasn't a new couch. Well, the good news is though about the couch, there's another positive way to look at it is the other piece we were gonna get was $1,000, and so we saved $1,000 on the couch because we didn't get the other piece because the way the guy designed it, it wouldn't fit. So anyway, saved $1,000. Can't complain about that, I guess. And we're still gonna have a nice couch, and I still think it looks good in the room, the color and everything. So I'm happy with it. I just want the rest of it. But the guy who delivered it was so incredibly nice, and he was like, it was funny because I was on my phone and I was calling and texting my husband because I was like, oh no, it's not the right thing and it's not gonna fit, and what are we gonna do? And so he could tell I was anxious, and he was like, do you have anxiety? And he's around my age, and he was like, do you have anxiety? And I was like, yeah. He was like, I could tell by the way you were like typing on your phone and stuff. And I was like, yeah, well, I just want my husband to like it, and you know, it's not what I expected, and you know, so I'm just trying to figure it out. And he was like, no, I understand, you know, and he was telling me he drinks like mint tea and all this other stuff, and I was like, yeah, you know, I've never actually had mint tea, I don't think. But anyway, we were talking about it, and he was so nice, and by the end he was like, I hope I get to come back and deliver the rest of your couch. And I told everybody I said. I'm pretty sure he just wants to see me happy because he knows that I wasn't happy when he left. So I hope he does get to come back and deliver it. Are you bringing that Kong ball back on this couch, young man? Listen, I want you to snuggle with me, but not with the Kong ball. You got to put it down. No, no, no. Thank you. That little boy. Oh, hi, Rita. I got part of it, Rita. This is, can I? Will it let me? No. I have an arm here, but I have no arm over here. So I have a piece of a couch. I get one more piece like this, but opposite, and then a corner piece. So it'll be like a L in the corner. But I'm not sure when yet. There's confusion about that. But anyway, I have a piece. I can sit on it. It is comfortable. So I'm happy. Hey, MJ, how are you? Yadira, how are you? Oh, Kitty's coming over. You want to snuggle or are you going to sit on your blanket over there? You want to say hey? You want to come over and say hey? You go make biscuits. He needs to make his biscuits. You want to say hi? You want to say hi? He said, I got to make my biscuits first, Mom. Yeah. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Yes. You're going to be a good boy? Yeah. Your brother's over there with his Kong ball. He's going to be sad you're in his spot. What are we going to do? We'll have to get him to come over on the other side. You're in the way of his stairs. We'll move him over just a little bit. Hold on, we'll do this. Hold on, excuse me. I need to hold my shirt so that I don't do anything inappropriate. Thank you. All right, there we go. Yeah. Good boy. Now Arthur, maybe. Oh, you gonna get in my lap? You can. You can get right here. Come on. Come on over. My baby, my little one. Oh, thank you, Yadira. You're awake. I know. Yes, you can sit on it, you poor thing. I know. Yes, he knows he can sit on the couch. He's been laying on the couch and having a good old time. Arthur, now you know, drop that Kong ball. Now Arthur keep wanting to get up here with his Kong ball that has peanut butter inside of it, and that is not permitted. Yes, hey baby, yes, yes. Oh, I bet you guys just heard him purring. He liked to rub my little face. Yes, you do, baby. I love you. Yes, you're the sweetest boy in the world. He's the sweetest. Oh, you just finished up your neck lanyard. Was it great about the colorway at first, but it grew on you. Ooh. Is that a different one than the ones that you've shown me, the pink ones? The pink yarns? You being a good boy. Yeah. You gonna lay down? Oh, okay. Can I take my hand away, or are you just gonna demand more pets? He's been so sweet. I took a little nap on the couch this morning, and he was right here, and Arthur was down there, and it was just the sweetest little thing. Yes, I was. You're learning where you can lay during nap time since Arthur already has a designated spot. Yeah. Yes. Yes. I know you want more pets, but I want more crochets. But I also don't want to deny them your pets. I try not to deny them their pets. I really do. When I'm crocheting, because I don't want to ever look back and think, well, I was crocheting and I didn't give them their pets and they wanted it. I'll think, no, I always put it down and gave them love. Yes, because you're more important, aren't you? Yeah. You're a good boy. I think he's the most grateful, thankful boy. Yes. Why are you holding your paw like that? You're holding it funny. Yeah. Chin butt. Instead of a nose butt. Oh, thank you. Yes, you are a gorgeous boy, aren't you? My little one. I know. I wish we had named you something different, but you know, it's too late. I call him my love bug. Because as you can see, he is just a very loving Kit Kat. Aww. I know, MJ, I know. I don't want to have regrets. Yeah, I know. I know. You've been taking a nap for a couple hours, so he's. If I nap or he naps, he's always so excited to get up and see me. Yeah. And you've been napping in the chair. You fell asleep watching Sabrina on the TV, didn't you? Yeah, you like watching TV. Don't chew the microphone. He tried to bite it, I think. Oh, your little nose is crinkled. I love it when your little nose is crinkled. It's cute. It's crinkled. It's crinkled. I know. Can I get something to drink? Where you going? You want to go up on the air? Look out the window? You can go look out the window, or you just want pets from a different angle. Pets from a different angle, evidently. It's turned into the little one stream. It's okay. We need to get you a new collar, son. Oh, don't stand on the iPad if you can back off that record. Precious. Yes, could you back off this? Darling. Thank you, doll, baby. Thank you, doll. Get the tail out of my underarm. His name is Little One. He used to be a little one when we found him. When we first found you, you were a little one. Then you grew into a big one. Yeah, and you're only, wow, sorry guys, tail. And you're only, how old? Let's see. Not this summer, that summer. You're a year and maybe a year and a half old. Yeah. He was a barn kitty cat, and his mommy had sadly left him behind. She had two kittens, and his sister, who I only know was a girl because she was a calico, she took the little girl kitty off and left him behind for some reason. And I don't know if she did it on purpose or not, but she did. And so he was left here, and he came up to our house, and he was just crying and meowing for days. And we were feeding him the whole time. But for about 7 days, he just walked around crying, looking for them. And she didn't come back for him. And so, anyway, or maybe, I guess because he was at our house and not back at the barn, even if she did come back. But anyway, so we fed him. And anyway, he finally let us touch him about the 7th day. And ever since then, he's been our little baby pretty much. He wasn't inside right away, but he ended up hurting his paw. And then I was too scared to have him outside because I was afraid out here in the country something bad would happen to him. And so anyway, he started slowly becoming an indoor baby, and now he's fully indoor baby. But it's pretty obvious he wasn't really built for the outside world. He's probably pretty lucky that he made it as long as he did. Because, like, for example, my husband literally fell up the stairs the other day, like into the house a little bit, and the cat, poor baby, he hid for like 30 minutes behind the dryer. He was terrified. All he did was trip, and the cat was terrified. You're not built for the outside world, are you? No. Every time that when he was outside, I would hear like a cat fight or something going on. I would go outside immediately and go look for him, and he'd be like, Mom! Like he's just not built for the outside world. Yes, thank goodness we brought you inside. You would not have made it long, darling. Nothing against you, but you're just not built for out there. You used to get lost in the house. Bless your little heart. Yeah. Hi, Sonia. How are you? My kitty cat has taken over stream. Yeah. He's a very good kitty. And I always think that the fact that he was alone for those 6, 7 days, other than us feeding him and walking away so he would eat, and he had never been touched at that point either by a human. So, and he was like, I'd say like not half grown, but maybe like a third, grown as far as like size of a kitten. And anyway, he was right small. And anyway, but he finally let us touch him. And then once we did, he was like, "Oh my goodness, thank you. I found someone." And I think he's just so grateful. Aren't you, bud? Uh-oh, your brother might be done with his combo. But that's good, you're over here, so he can come up on this side. He's coming, I think. Can I take this hand off or are you gonna fall? No? Okay. I don't want you to fall, buddy. Got me leaning, but that's alright. As long as you don't have me leaning like this for like 45 minutes, because it might hurt my back to have my spine kind of like, you know. But anything for you, bud. He's watching TV. Little one, are you watching TV? Oh, now you're watching your brother. Arthur, what are you doing over there in the corner? He said, "Nothing, Mom." What are you doing in the corner? Okay. As long as you're being a good boy. Oh, now I'm getting chilly again. Does he catch mice? You know, I don't know. I don't know if he would or not. Did you ever catch anything outside, little one? I never saw evidence of you catching anything while you were outside for that. How long were you outside? You been in here? I think you hurt your paw in around October or so. You've been in since about October. No, you've been in longer than that. I don't know. I can't remember. But I don't think he ever caught anything outside that I saw. There was no evidence. Not that he didn't, but there was no like actual evidence that he caught anything outside. But he might have. I mean, he like even in here he'll show like a curiosity towards a spider or something, but he won't get it. He'll just be like, what's that? And he'll like kind of want it, and then he'll just be like, but I think I don't know. It's just something about him. I've had a lot of cats in my life, but I've never had one quite like him. It's something about this cat. You're just different, little one, but in the best ways. I'm gonna try to sit up again. There we go. Now I can sit back up. Oh, your cat Minnie was a kitten, maybe 2 months old, and someone dropped her off in your neighborhood. Your husband said she looked around him, looked in the yard, and made a beeline for him. Oh, I bet somebody had her or something. But then again, you never know because kittens have that. I think anyway, kittens go through an age at some point where their like curiosity is above all, and they will go to people even if they've never seen people before. They will still go to people. And I have seen that before because we've had like a batch of kittens that was had like somewhere else and then they were brought up to the house or something. And it was like, man, they were the friendliest kittens in the world. But I was like, it must have been that age. They were that freaking age where they're so curious that like nothing's scary, you know, but we can move around and things are fun. And they're like, they're just so inquisitive, you know. I wonder if it was like that. That is so sweet. Little one. Now I got an Arthur and a little one. Y'all are gonna keep me warm good because I'm getting chilly. I was about to put my sweater back on. I still want because I turned the heat back down. But I was burning up. It's gas heat, so it's kind of like hard to, it's very warm. So if you turn it up a little, it gets hot real fast. Which is nice, but. Alright, this is round 2, so this is, I think I wrote my pattern down wrong. I think I put the beaded and non-beaded backwards. Because I said that this was, wait, no, yeah, because, yeah, it is backwards. Okay, so scratch this and do it backwards. N, B, N, B, N, B. B means beaded, N means not beaded. Okay, then I just need to change these. Not beaded, beaded, not beaded, beaded, not beaded. These take a little bit of time, but I feel like they wouldn't be a terrible like beginner project for somebody who's never done bead crochet before. For those of you who don't know what I'm making, I am working on these little Christmas ornaments, except in a different color. Like I said, the most frustrating part for this, I mean, it's really simple. If you could do amigurumi and make a circle, I mean, not a circle, a sphere, like a round ball, a ball. That's the word I'm looking for, a ball. If you can make a ball, you can do this. It's the same basic concept of the pattern. It's just every other stitch has a bead every other row. But the only tricky, kind of annoying part is you have to go in backwards to the stitch for the beads, but it's not that annoying until you stick the ball in there, and then that's when it gets kind of annoying. Sorry, little one, I didn't mean to stick you in my elbow there. Aww. You know, I don't know who weighs more. Do you? You probably weigh a little more. I don't know what little one weighs. I can't remember. I have to look at your papers. But I think Arthur is 15 something pounds, and little one, if I want to remember, I think it may be like 11 or 12. Yeah. But Arthur is like about the same size to maybe a little smaller. Yeah. He is. He's a little baby. He's a mostly Chihuahua, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what else he might. Yes, you can kiss me on the cheek. You can do it. He's looking at me like, Mom, it's okay. Um, but he's mostly Chihuahua. But I have a feeling he is mixed with some other little things. Do you want to go under? Why'd you stop? You didn't do anything wrong. I'll help you. Look, if you want to go under blankie, mommy help you. Mommy help you. You want to show everybody how you look like a nun? If it was the white blankie, you would be little Arthur Nun. Little Arthur the Nun. Little Nun Arthur. Oh, little one's up. Is that what you wanted? Did you want to go under the cubbies? Yeah. Now, if you would like, you can stick your head under there. Ooh, does that sound like fun? Has he ever seen the snow? They have. They have. Little one has also seen the snow because he did spend a winter outside. He did get brought in a lot of the time, but he did get to experience the snow and went on a walk with us out there in the snow and everything. Miss Rivera, hi! It has been all about the animals, Miss Rivera. They have been chilling with me. Where's Kitty? Kitty's up in the window. I had moved this, I forgot. Arthur, I'm trying to keep you and Kitty. There we go. Oh, I couldn't see Kitty because of the thing, but you could. Oh, hey, Miss Rivera, how are you? He does. I swear Arthur can understand every word I say. I swear. He just, his reactions are always pretty much perfect. Yes. Oh, hey, Bubba. You under there licking. Are you licking your foot again? You don't lick it that often, and we've asked the doctor, and you don't have little feet allergies because we gave you the allergy stuff, and it didn't really make a big difference. No. Yeah. Are you licking your feet? Yeah. Here's Kitty. Oh, Kitty's tail is hitting the little box up there. I was like, what? There's a little box over there that Mac bought that says the letters for Santa, and he's getting it with his tail. Alright, so this is the beaded row, good, and then I can put the ball in like 3 rows, I think, when I start decreasing, but I think I'll wait until the second row decreases to put the ball back in. But it all depends on how big your ball is. You kind of just have to play with the pattern, though, is the only thing. Because like I said, the original pattern is this big and my ball is that big. So I had to do 2 more rounds, 2 extra rounds. But I kept it's like 5 rows of single in the middle. I kept all those the same. I just still did 5 and it worked out. I wasn't sure if it was actually going to fit on the ball until I finished with the 5 rows of singles. I couldn't tell, but you just kind of have to play with it. Ah, you're doing good. I'm glad. Where is this? This under something, my gracious. Oh, it's under my little thing with my needles in it. Some beads. I've been using my bead spinner a little bit because I did this one. It's all solid colored, and I used it really for the multicolored ones too a little bit. Some of them I did string by hand, but I used it a little bit. I still can't tell if I'm faster with the bead spinner by much. I think it's a little faster, but I don't think it's that much faster, and it's probably just due to user error. But I can't tell yet. I think so far it seems about the same, but maybe a little faster. But I don't always get a lot of beads every time I spin it is the thing. Like sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And I also feel like I see people that get way more beads when they spin it. They get like, I might get like max that many beads on my bead spinner, and other people can get like the whole needle almost full of beads. I'm like, how are you doing that? Mine is not electric, but still. The electric one scared me. I figured I'd have beads flying everywhere if I got an electric one. But now I'm kind of thinking, maybe it wouldn't hurt. But I don't use it that often, so I don't know if it's worth to get another one or not. Have two. I've tried it with the tiny beads, and it doesn't work that well. That reminds me, I bought I think I told you guys that I bought a kit from Gracie Simpson, and it's a beaded wallet kit, and I got it the other day in the mail, and I picked the colors for it, and I picked pink, orange, yellow, green, and blue, but like I picked the shades or whatever. And so I got it in the mail the other day, and it looks really pretty, but the only thing is I need to finish some things before I can do it. So I'll probably have to wait until next year to start it, but I'm really excited because it's a little wallet. It has a zipper and everything, and so I think it'll be really neat to make a little beaded wallet. I'm excited. And I'm thinking maybe in the future I could just manipulate the pattern a little bit to not do 5 colors every time and do like, it's 5 colors plus white, but I'm thinking I could do maybe just like 2 colors or something. Because if it's 5 stripes, I could do like, for example, green, red, or something, you know what I mean? So maybe I could do that because it would be a lot cheaper if I could offer 2 colors than 5, because buying 5 colors of beads is a lot. So I'm thinking maybe I could manipulate it a little bit and offer like a slightly cheaper version. That would be cool too. I mean, still have some of the like multicolored ones, but also the 2 colors. That would be a better thing to do. He is. Are you visible? No, you're gone. I didn't know where he went. I can't tell because the text is over it. I was like, is he there? No. Oh, where'd Kitty go? I don't know. Kitty? Kitty? Where's the cat? That door is shut and that door is shut. So unless he went back in his room, maybe he went back into Kitty's room. In the laundry room, the mud room, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. But if anybody makes ornaments, I'm telling you, these little boxes from Walmart, unless they're like abnormally big ornaments, these little boxes, perfect. These, and then if they're a little bigger, get the little round boxes. And these even have like, they even have a little bears in there, little glitters in there, and everything. They're like little fancy boxes. And they're pretty sturdy. Like I'm squeezing this box and it's not crushing it, so it'll protect them. But these are plastic. Like the inserts that I'm using are plastic. I'm not using glass. I would not recommend using glass. Do not use glass is my personal opinion, because especially with this pattern and the way you have to go in backwards, you are going to break that glass in your hand. Please don't do that. It would have to be very thick, and they don't make them thick like that. So please don't do that. Please just get a plastic one. You can get them at Dollar Tree that are they're really close to this size, the ones from Dollar Tree, if not exactly this size. But these I got at Walmart last year in like a pack of 12. I don't know if they have them this year or not, but they were just like plain clear ornaments in like a pack of 10 or 12, I think. And I've used them for lots of different things, but crochet ornaments, but this is one of my favorite ones. I like the red and green ones a lot. I really want to keep one for myself, but I haven't decided yet if I have enough to keep one for myself. I have 3 of the ones like this so far. I may have enough to try to make one more, but I don't have any more white thread is the problem. This one has green, red, white, and silver, or clear and silver. And then, hopefully she's not watching. I don't think so. My mother-in-law is getting the blue one because blue, it just screams her. It just screams her. Me and my husband both agree the blue color is just very her. In fact, we saw her the other day and she was wearing a sweater that it was the exact color. And I was like, oh, I love the color of your sweater. And I was thinking, it matches exactly. I was like, go me. I was like, I knew it. So I'm gonna have to tell her when I give it to her and be like, I saw you that day and you were wearing that sweater and it was the same color and I knew I had done a good job. I knew it. Because I was like practicing with the blue because I didn't have the Christmas beads yet. But then I was like, oh, and then my husband was like, who are you going to give that to? And I was like, I don't know. And I was like, it does look like your mom, doesn't it? He was like, it does. It really does. Oh, I was like, what is that? My little streaming thing is off. Hopefully nobody calls. My phone's like, you don't stream this late, so I'm not going to block calls for you right now. Or not block calls, but whatever it is, silence them. Let's see. I'm glad that I hope my husband comes home before it gets dark. He better. He doesn't usually stay too late Tuesdays, so hopefully he doesn't, because I don't want him to be there when it's getting icy again, because it's going to get below freezing again tonight. Can I crochet? You know what? I've never tried to put clothes on little one. The only thing that I've tried to put on little one other than a collar is a harness to take him back outside. Because when he first came in, I would take him outside to go potty like a dog, kind of. And then I would, and he's not a big fan of the harness, but he's okay, but he's not a big fan. I want to work on it with him some more this spring so that he can like go back out with us and go on walks and things, because I think he would enjoy that if we were with him, you know. But anyway, he doesn't try to sneak outside either. I still get scared that he's going to try to sneak outside, but when the door has been like open for a second or it lingers, you know, he never tries to dart outside, which makes me feel good that like he wants to be in here, you know. I mean, I know he does because he loves us, but at the same time, I wonder sometimes, you know, you wonder, does he miss outside? But I feel like he does and he doesn't probably. He likes looking out there, but anytime I would take him out in the harness after he had been in a while, he was scared. He was very scared. And so I don't know if he's that comfortable out there anymore. But the clothes thing, I haven't tried. Arthur doesn't like them, the dog, but I wonder if I still want to try to make him something loose fitting, because I think everything I've ever gotten him has been very tight and he doesn't like that feeling. The thing that I've gotten him one time that was a little looser, he was a little bit better with. And now that he's getting older, he's cold a lot, and I wish he would wear something. So maybe I should try to make him something that's a little bit loose fitting. And I'd like to make Kitty something. If nothing else, I could always make him a little bandana or something, you know? Aw, indoor dog. I know, Sonia, that's right. You do. I remember you making little doggy sweaters for your little babies. Yeah. I know. You know what? That I don't know. That made me think. I wonder if I could make Arthur a little hat for his little ears because they get so cold. You know, because what happens is his dad will take him out. Me and his dad kind of have a deal where we'll be like, all right, it's winter time, you take him out because you don't mind the cold. It's summertime, I'll take him out because I don't mind the hot. So right now, Mac's been taking him out in the morning and at night. And so when he comes in at night, I'll be rubbing his little ears, trying to warm him back up. I should make him a little hat for his little ears. Yeah. Oh, same thing happens with your dog. Yeah. He's a little cold. They get a little chilly when they get out there. He's usually pretty good when he's moving outside, but once he stops moving, he's like, oh man, he's cold, mama. But he buries himself pretty good under the blankets when he's just chilling around the house. But it would be nice if he would put something on sometimes, like when it's snowing out. We should make you a little hat to tuck your little ears in. I swear we should, Arthur. We gotta look that up. I wonder how you'd feel about it. I won't make you wear it if you hate it, but I would try it. It'll be small. It won't take that long, right? It won't be that much of a waste, will it? If you won't wear it. Oh. Yes, I am in America. Yeah, you're in England. That's awesome. It's dark already. That's right. It's usually I'm on the East Coast in North Carolina, so usually My friend that was in Wales was like 5 hours ahead of me, so that makes sense that it's dark for you. Yeah, because it's 4:34 here. A hat would be great. You could have tried to make one for me. Yeah, you should. You should. Hi, Amanda. How are you? Speaking of England, there's Amanda. She's there too. Hey, little one. You coming back over to make it all about you again? Hi. Well, hi. Don't step on your brother. Don't step on him. Your brother's there. I know you want the blanket too. Look, can we compromise? Your brother's under there. Don't make biscuits on him and don't step on him. Archer does not like being stepped on by his brother, even if it's like the gentlest step. He's like, it's okay. It's your brother. You smell him in there? You can't see him, but he's sniffing him. It's just your brother. Just don't step on him, okay? Can you lay down? Can you lay down? I just don't want him to step on him. He's not going to hurt him, but Arthur's going to go, if he steps on him. Oh, oh, thank you. The blanket, let's see. This blanket is, so this is technically just for decoration on the couch. This didn't take that long because it's just one continuous like granny square, and then I just did like a little solid colored border. But this one, I don't know how long it took me to be honest, because I think I worked on it just kind of like randomly at nights. Probably a month or two, maybe 3. I would say between 2 and 3 months working on it at night. I would think that one. Hi, I am making Christmas ornaments. So when I'm done, they'll look kind of like this. The one that I'm making now is red with like kind of white / clear glow in the dark beads. But this is another one that I made. Let me put it in here. I need to put the pattern in the description. I will, if anybody's interested, I'm going to upload the live when I'm done, and I will put the pattern or the video, well, I'll put the Etsy pattern and the video pattern in the description because there is a YouTube video for it. You just need, this thread is kind of odd is the only thing. It's an odd size. But you could kind of adapt it with other things to make it work. Because like I said, it's a simple sphere pattern, but it's basically fashion 3 thread, which isn't, it's kind of like the Aunt Lydia's crochet thread, but it's a different size. So it's fashion 3 thread, and then it's 6/0 seed beads. So not the super tiny seed beads, but the ones that are kind of in between. All right, I need to mark this off. I did that round with the beads. I can find my pen. Okay, so, oh Jesus, I didn't mark any of them off. So I did no beads, beads, and now I'm on no beads. So I'm on row 12 then, in theory anyway. I'll go with that. I'll go with I'm on row 12. That sounds right. Let me get that bead out of the way though. I did say that was, yeah. Because I did, yeah. Still need to try the beaded crochet. Yes. You're a new crocheter? Well, I will say this isn't too bad for somebody that's a new crocheter. Like as far as beaded crochet, the only thing that's annoying about it is number one, you'll have to string some beads first. So this one originally, you may have to do it more than once to get it right too, but it'll teach you how to do it kind of, you know. So the pattern that I'm using is actually only this big, but I had to add 2 more rounds to it to make it this big. And so it's really simple though. You'll see it's like, you know, 2 and an increase, 3 and an increase, 4 and an increase. And I think it stops on like 6 and an increase. And I had to do, maybe it stops on 7. I don't know. And I had to add 2 more rounds. So I had to do 8 and an increase and 9 and an increase. And then I had to do my rows of single crochet in the middle and then do my backwards from what I just did. So if I added 2 rounds, then I have to do the same thing but backwards with decreases to make the rest of the circle and or the sphere. And so yeah, it's kind of self-explanatory. It's not too hard if you have done a sphere before and like done a circle in amigurumi, and if you have done that kind of stuff. The only other annoying thing is you have to string the beads ahead of time for this. Something I would recommend to maybe try is like not necessarily a weighted blanket because that's a big project, but you could try like a pattern for a weighted blanket and see how you like putting on the beads. Because you can do those two different ways as well. You can pre-string or you can just get a hook small enough for your bead, and then if the bead will fit over your hook, you can just crochet like that. Um, so that's probably the easiest way to start doing it. But if you're gonna do it like I am and just use solid color beads and you're just doing one in every other stitch, that's also not a bad way to start bead crochet either, because you know, I think it tells you to put 150 something beads, but because you add extra rows, you're gonna need extra beads. So you gotta take that into account. But you don't know until you do it how big it's going to be compared to your ball is the problem. So that's why I say you're going to have to make it once and look at it and be like, okay, well, I need to make it bigger or smaller to fit the ball that I have. But you can easily do the math and figure out, okay, 6 more plus 6 more stitches, I'm going to need blank amount more or whatever. It's not too hard to figure out. Or you can just string up a bunch of beads like I did and not count them all and just hope you have enough. And if you don't, you can cut it when you're halfway through and then add more beads and then keep going. Because I've done that too. I was like, I don't think I have enough on there. And it was just a row of single crochet. So I cut it and reattached it and started again. Hey, kitty, kitty, no, we're not gonna knock things off the end table. Little one. Where's my, oh, I know what you want. You want my little light. You can't have that. Come here, I'm gonna get you with this. I'm gonna get you. You don't even know what this is yet. I haven't introduced you to this water contraption. Anybody who has a cat knows what I mean. Spray bottle. All right, he got off the table. I don't need to use it. Good, thank you. That one's a spray bottle, but it's in a particular shape, so we can't really show that. Yeah, we probably could because it really looks like a toy, but I don't want to because I don't want to get into trouble. All right, so is this a beaded row or a not beaded row? This is a not beaded row. Okay, excellent. I was trying to show the glow in the dark with my little UV light, but you can't see it unless I turn that off and close this. There's not enough light coming through there anyway anymore. Can I close that a little bit? Can I do... Can I find the light to turn it off? Here we go. Let's see. Let's see if we can make this work. With the tree still on. Oh, you can kind of see him glowing. You can kind of see him glowing. I was trying. Doesn't work that well, but in here for some reason, whoa, light. I don't know what color you're on. I hate blue lights. Is that just me? Does anybody else hate those lights that are not warm toned? I hate it when you buy a light bulb and it's like blue. At least for me personally. Nobody. I can't. I can't do the blue lights. I missed what Amanda said. I gotta go back. Oh no, looks hard. They're so beautiful. We've been working on some mosaic Christmas bulbs. Oh, where's a 3.15? I'll have to measure mine and see what mine are. I'll measure it. I've got a tape measure right here. Let's see. You made some mermaid tail blankets. That'd be great. That would have been really cool. That is a good idea. And you can even get glow in the dark pony beads too. There are pony bead ornaments you can make too, which would probably be a better one for a beginner than maybe this, just because I'm guessing you're not going to pre-string the pony beads, or if you do, it's not going to be like 100 some odd of them. It'll be less. But there are those. I know there's a maker on Etsy who does a lot of the beaded patterns, and they have like an Easter egg. They did the Christmas trees that I made last year. Stuff like that, which I have over here. If I get up, I'll get one. Oh yeah, our sequins would have been cool. Suzette stitch. I need to see what that is. I don't even know. I know you sent me that thing, but I have to look at it up close to see what it looks like. Yeah, the beading is like, it's not that hard unless you do it. To me, the hardest part is if you're gonna do something like those bags that I make with the designs in them. That is hard. Because if you count by one bead wrong, like, because it's like 4 of this color, 5 of this color, 3 of that color, 1 of this color, 2 of this color, 5 of, and if you're off by 1, it can really screw things up. And it's really difficult to figure out where you went wrong. It seems like it would be easy, but if you don't go with the graph and you're following the pattern, it's really hard to figure out where in the world you went wrong. And that can be really frustrating. So that's why I say like solid color things or things with pony beads would be a good way to start. And that's how I started anyway, was with pony beads. And the Christmas trees with pony beads are cute. I'm gonna get them because I have like 2 or 3 different kinds over here next to me. And it would be a shame not to get them because I talked about them the other day as well. Oop, make sure my tuchus isn't out of my breeches. There we go. Not trying to be a plumber today. All right, I've got 4 different kinds actually. If I take one of these, and these have lights in them, which is cool. All right, and these have lights. How exciting! All right. Like a poopy. Nothing scary, just a poopy. Oh no, there's nothing scary under the blanket. It's just my puppy dog. He's moving under there. Hey, where are you? Are you under there? There he is. Hey, baby. Mwah. I'm sorry. I'll put you back. I'm sorry. But these are some of the Christmas trees, and you can do them 2 different ways, which is what I'm saying about these ornaments I'm making. I know there's a way to put beads on the outside. I just can't remember. Another way, I mean. So these are on the inside and these are on the outside, but they're both the same pattern. They're just, you put the beads on differently. And so I kind of like the way these are done better, but I did them like this so that I could put lights inside and make them light up. And then this one's a clear beaded one, which is like white for white lights. I wonder if you guys can see it. You can't really see it, but there's a light inside. If I put it way back here, you can tell there's a light inside. It's changing color. Yeah, there we go. So I put these are from Dollar Tree, these little Christmas trees, and they fit. I just, again, kept going with the pattern. It's a simple cone pattern, just continue with it until it fit on my little Christmas tree. But yeah, I would recommend something like this. These are really nice for beginner crocheters. I probably can find her name because I know I have her pattern saved. And like I said, I know she has a lot of beaded patterns on her Etsy, and they're all relatively simple from what I've seen and done. What did I do? The tree. Let me look up tree. Beaded fidget Christmas tree. They're fidget trees. That's how you'll be able to find it. So her name is Joys with Liz. Joys with Liz on Etsy, and she does a lot of the beaded fidget toy things. So like I said, I know she has Easter eggs, ornaments, trees, balls, like round balls with beads all over them, like squish balls. Gosh, what else does she have? I don't know. She's got tons of things though. So I would check her out if you're interested. Because you can make these like super little tiny, tiny trees, or you can make them like really big trees, you know? You can do all kinds of things, but I know that's backwards for you guys, but the trees, you know, you get the point with the trees. I wish I had star beads to put on top of them because I totally would, but I don't have any. Where'd my crochet go? Here it is. I gotta pay attention. Let's see, what time is it? My husband told me he was on the way home a little bit ago, and I saw the text go down, but I don't remember what time it was. It was probably about 4:30. Okay, so I'll just remember that I need to get off before like 5:15ish. No, yeah, about 30 minutes or so we'll get off. Because I don't want to be on when he gets home. Because if I wait, the dog's gonna be barking, and I won't be able to say goodbye. Do we get Temu here? We do, I think. I don't know. I've actually never, I guess, do we still get Temu, guys? I don't know. I've actually never ordered from Temu before. I have seen the ads, and I have had people tell me, like, oh, I've gotten yarn from there, and like, you know, or like eyes, or this or that, different things for crochet, but I have never done it. I think because I know it's such a hit or miss thing, just from like the few little videos that I've seen about it. Ah, I've got another notification, sorry. Just because of that, I've always been kind of scared to do, I think, too. So I've never actually ordered from there. The only places I think I've ever really ordered from are I mean, for crochet stuff would be Amazon or Hobby Lobby or Michael's or RIP Joann's. Um, the lady who does the beaded purses says that she shops on Fire Mountain Gems, is the store that she shops at for her or the website. But it's a very confusing, like older style website that I can't quite understand. Like when you go to get the beads, it's like, is it 22 grams of beads or is it 2 grams of beads? It's just very confusing. I don't know how to explain it unless you've been to their website. But there are a lot of different places to get things. It all just depends on what you want because some things on Amazon are just ridiculous, you know? Like I've gotten yarn on Amazon that I had to get, but it was 1.5 times the price it should have been, you know, at like a normal craft store. And that's just, you know, that's silly. But then I can get this thread for I had the wrapper and I don't. But I can get this crochet fashion 3 thread to make these ornaments. I can get a 3-pack for like $7 or something. So that's a good deal. So I don't know. It's just, it all depends for stuff, you know? Oh, they dropped out of the program. I don't blame you. Good for you for like paying attention and noticing to do that because I know a lot of people probably wouldn't have read the you know, like change in policy and known to even leave or whatever, you know. Oh, you were. See? Oh, Dreeny, hi, how are you? Sorry, I said Drina. I was scrolling and I think I was still thinking about Sabrina because I was watching Sabrina when I started the stream. I was happy because I love Sabrina the Teenage Witch and it was on. That's what the cat was watching when I started, and I thought it was cute that the cat was watching my favorite show. Or my childhood favorite show, anyway. Should have named him Salem, but he's not an all black cat, and I feel like if I'm gonna name one Salem, he's gotta be all black. I've heard hit or miss things, Amanda. I've heard kind of the same thing about everything, though. But I've heard like, oh, this particular yarn was good, but then I'm also thinking, if you were to find good yarn on Temu, how likely would it be that you would be able to then find that listing again to repurchase that yarn? Is that even a thing? Like, would that be difficult? From the little I know about Temu, I feel like I'd never be able to find the thing again to re-get it. But maybe there's like a repurchase button or something. I don't know. Oops, I'm just hoping I got at least like one thing from my Amazon wish list from my husband for Christmas. That's all I want. Because I put on there like lots of different crochet things, but I put like eyes on there, blank eyes to paint, and then I put on there a yarn winder and blocking boards, which I really need some new blocking boards because I only have one to do like little granny squares, and I need one for my sweater really badly. So before I finish it, so hopefully I can get those at some point. And the good thing is I have it also for me so that if I don't get any of this stuff, I can then like use Christmas bonus money towards maybe one of the things on the list. So that's good. But I'm excited and I put some hooks on there because I keep losing my 4mm clover hook, which is my favorite hook of all time. And so I put that back on the list. I can't remember I put these little sun catchers on there. That was kind of just for fun. But apparently there are little sun catcher kits on Amazon and I thought they were so cute. They had like a butterfly one and a something else. Can't remember. I think the other one might have been like a winter or snowman or something. Had like snowflakes and stuff, but it has like the little glass things to make the sun catchers to make the rainbows cast in your room. And I have like several of those anyway that I've been gifted by friends. But I could always use more. And I also could make them to give as gifts too, because I have somebody that I want to make some for. So I was like, ooh, that sounds fun. If I do get one, we should do that together. That would be fun. You guys could help me pick which pieces to put together, how big to make it and stuff. Too soft and smooth. Ooh, I have never heard of that, Amanda. Women's Institute, soft and smooth. Ooh, I mean, it sounds nice. My husband will have to be a judge too because my husband is like he tests in the store yes no based on feel, and so far his favorite yarn of all time are the cloud cakes. Those are his favorite. I can't remember what brand that is, but the cloud cakes, he really likes those so far. I think that is his #1 favorite. Do you hear about the premiere yarn? Changing it from impact to something else. I can't remember. No, I didn't. I think I saw something. I was looking through my emails earlier and I didn't actually read them. I was just like kind of scrolling through them, but I saw that there was one, but I don't know. No, Interesting. I wonder what that means. Guess you could just search for that particular yarn in that print. Yeah, I guess. I suppose. But he likes, I can't remember, I guess, is it Yarn Inspirations or something? I can't remember the cloud cakes. Karen? Maybe it's Karen. It might be Karen. Which might be Yarn Inspirations. I don't know. But he likes those cloud cakes. He wants me to make a blanket out of them. It is. It's very soft. And I don't know what it's made out of either, the cloud cakes. Does anybody know what those are made out of? Ooh, is it exclusive to Hobbycraft? Oh, I've heard of Hobbycraft. Yeah. What is the other little store you guys have? It's not a craft store though. What I always hear about. Is it the Primark, or there was some other little store I always used to hear about, but I don't even know if it's around anymore because it was years ago. I used to watch a lot of people from the UK on YouTube, and they were always like going to the little. I guess it was like, I always imagined it was like the equivalent of like a CVS in America, but I don't know because I knew they had like makeup, but that's all I knew they had. Oh, hi, welcome. Welcome, Chunky. How are you? Bonnie. Carrot cakes are nice. My aunt sent me some of the anniversary cakes they did. Oh yeah, those huge ones? Yes. I have seen those. They are massive. Boots, boots, boots. That's one of them. Yeah, I remember hearing about boots a lot too. Yep, that's definitely one of them. Yep. I do remember hearing that a lot. And I remember one time, I think my husband's roommate had something from Boots, and I was thinking, how do you have something from Boots? Like, where did that come from? Because as far as I knew, nobody had been overseas. So I was like, where did you acquire this product from that's from across the ocean? I don't think I ever asked though. I think I was using the restroom and it was like on a counter, and I was thinking, washing my hands, thinking, Boots, Boots. How did you get something from Boots? But I'm pretty sure by the time I made it out, I didn't think to ask, you know. But yep, I remember that now that you say that. That rings a bell. All right, pattern, where'd you go? Pattern, pattern. It's over there. All right, I think I can get it. I should have just left it on my iPad. It would have been easier, but no, I had to write it down on a sheet of paper. All right, so that was non-beaded. Now I need the pen. See, this is the complication of using paper, darn it. I like using paper sometimes, but then it's a complication. All right, well, what we'll do is just fold the paper for now, apparently, because I cannot find the pen. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Where is the pen? Did the cat knock the pen off? Maybe. I don't know. I see no ink pen. Oh, wait. Ink pen. Perfect. Now, beaded road. Fun, fun. Boots is like a Walgreens or a CVS. Yeah, see, that's what I always imagined. I always imagined it was. Walgreens in Texas, there's the Boots branded. Really? Maybe, see, maybe it was from America and I just didn't, you know? Because I was like, where in the world? Because I think she was from Pennsylvania or something, so she wasn't from around here. So it's possible she could have gotten it in a store somewhere else. But I just remember thinking, like, that's odd that she has something that's from like a UK brand or whatever, you know? But because I just had never seen it in real life before. I had only ever seen it online. So I was thinking, well, that's odd. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, she was from there. So maybe she found it up north somewhere. Maybe so. What's everybody been watching? Anybody watching any good stuff? We've been watching a lot of different stuff, but my husband right now is obsessed with the Welcome to Dairy show. He loves that. And so I have some themed items coming to the house for the holidays, shall we say. And hopefully they're coming soon. I need to find out. And then I have one thing that got misshipped, and then it says it's here, so I gotta go check the mailbox because I didn't know if it would fit in the mailbox, but apparently it fit in the mailbox. I hope it's in my mailbox. It'd be kind of not great if it wasn't in my mailbox, but anyway. So hopefully that's there, and then I just have to finish making gifts mostly, and then wrapping things, but I'm not worried about wrapping. My husband's so funny wrapping things. One time he got his boss to wrap my gifts, and I was like, "Oh, honey, but I like it when you wrap my gifts. I know they're not that, you know," because he's like, "Well, I don't do a good job." But I'm like, "I know they're not that great, but I like your wrapping. I'd rather you wrap it than you give it to somebody else and it look beautiful. You know, I'd rather see your little wrappings. I like it. You don't do that bad, and I also just like it because you did it, you know." But his intentions were sweet because he wanted it to look nice, you know. But I was like, "Honey, I want you to do it." So he learned he's got to do the wrapping himself. But it was sweet though. Black Mirror. Oh, are there more Black Mirror? Are they? Is it old Black Mirror or is it new Black Mirror? Because if there are more, we'll have to watch new Black Mirror. Did he attempt to attack you? Thankfully, my cat does pretty good. I think ever since he's been coming inside, I've been crocheting the whole time. So he has kind of gotten used to it. On occasion, he does give it a look, and I will just kind of be like, "Hey, hey, hey, don't, don't, don't take my string now." And he'll be like, "All right, all right." So he hasn't, but in the past, he has been very attracted to the beaded string for some reason. And on one occasion, he picked it up in his mouth and ran across like basically the entire house with it. So that was fun to like untangle. But he's never done that again, thank goodness. And he hasn't seemed to be attracted to it actually recently. I forgot that he did that, but until right now. But he did. He ran across like almost our entire house. And the funny, like you can do like a circle in our house the way it's set up. It's like you can go from our living room to our dining room to our kitchen to our mud room to the hallway and back again to the living room. So you can make circles. So Arthur will run circles a lot of times and stuff. And the cat basically ran a circle with the thing of beads. But it did not break the string somehow. I cannot believe it didn't break the string because it was that super thin thread, but it did not break. I was very proud of it, and I managed to untangle it and put it back together, but he did pick it up and just took off. It was so funny, but I was like, "No!" I think my husband was here, but it was very funny. But he's really good, actually. He does really good. But I do try to like keep it confined. Like right now, I've got my little yarn in a basket, so he can't. It doesn't roll all over the floor, you know. Not too attractive for him. Because I understand he's a cat. He's gonna want to go after it sometimes. So I don't get mad at him. I just kind of say, "Hey, hey, hey, now think about it." It's always cute though. But he does really well. I think he's just kind of used to me doing it for the most part. But like I said, every once in a while he'll give it a look. He'll give it a little look. That's for sure. All right. Let's see. We got about 15 more minutes, so we're not gonna do that, but we might get the ornament in. We'll see if I can be quick about it. I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you. By the way, I'm glad you are. I realized my nail is split before I started. Not my real nail, so it's fine. But I realized my fake nail has a little split in the crack of it. I was like, "Oh no." I think I don't have another one with this design on it, so I'll have to replace it with something else. But oh well. Oh well. I kind of had no choice but to put them on because I had done my nails and I like grinded everything off and they looked so rough. I was like, "Oh, I got to do something to them. Let me cover them up." So I did. But they'll be better now. Yeah, they just always look kind of rough right after you grind all the gel off and stuff. Oh yeah, I know my patient wanted me to do her nails and I was like, "I can't do them," because I realized I couldn't do them because she was going to have cataract surgery and I was like, "You can't have painted nails." It occurred to me that you can't have painted nails during surgery most of the time for your pulse ox, and I was like, "Oh yeah." And so she told me that and I was like, "Yeah, that's actually why I didn't do them because I remembered." that you can't have them painted. But now, as long as she's not having the next one anytime soon, we can paint them. I don't know when she's scheduled to get the next eye done. Oh, thank you. Oh, bye, Adrian. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Hope to see you again. Oh, your cat's making biscuits when you're heating. I was like, oh. Arthur would love that. Arthur once ruined a heating pad because I don't know if you saw him earlier, the way I can't remember if he was in the camera, but he'll like scratch the blankets and then like bury and get under them. And he ruined a heating pad like that, bless his little heart. And so he loves something like that. Sometimes I'll still, like when he wasn't feeling good the other week, I did turn the heating pad on for him, but I watch him and make sure that he's not going to mess it up. Because after that, I threw it out. I was scared because it felt like the wire inside was messed up, and I was like, I'm not going to use that anymore. So I still have one. It's just more one of those old-fashioned heating pads that's like that yucky, plasticky material, and with that blue, nasty, felty cover on it. I have one of those. I have one of those. So I need to get like a nicer one again because that other one I had was like nice. It was like fuzzy, and it was so nice, but it's okay. Oh, thank you, Ms. Rivera. Yeah, I do. I appreciate you guys for being here with me. I'm glad I did a later stream. I'm gonna try to do more later streams, but also some random ones earlier so that some of the same people that are able to come early can, and you know, more people that can come later can as well. But I'm so glad you guys are here with me because I almost didn't. I was like, I don't know. So I'm glad I did. I was like, yeah, we can do it. And I was sad because I wanted the rest of my couch because I wanted to be able to like face with the Christmas tree beside me and everything. I was like, oh man, but it's over there. And so I was like, oh man. It's like, do I even want to stream? I was like, yeah, I do. So I'm glad I did. I think I made a Santa, but I don't like him, you guys. I'll show you though. We're friends. I'll show you. We're friends, right? I can show you my work I'm not proud of, right? Okay. Hold on, I'll go get it. I think I'll I'll let you see him and then I'll tell you the two things that I would personally change, and one of them I can change and one of them I cannot change. So one of them it is too late to do anything about. All right, making sure that didn't spill. It did not. All right, don't want to step on my iPad. Let's move it. Move, iPad. More Christmas trees. Don't want to step on those either. Here he is. He has a string coming out of him because, as I stated, I'm not very pleased with him, so I haven't really finished him off, I guess, because I was like, oh man. Wait, before I show you, just be prepared. Jump scare. Not my best work. All right, here we go. I am Santa. I'm supposed to be a Santa. I mean, you can tell he's a Santa. However, I don't like his nose being pink. And I still think his eyes are too big. I think he almost looks better on camera. I'm not gonna lie. He almost looks better on the camera than he does in real life. But I'm not impressed with him. I think it's not the designer. It's me. It's me. It's me. But you know, he's got a two-layered beard, a mustache, and for some reason I think his nose looks like lips, and I think that's what throws me off because it's pink. I kind of want to cut it out and make it the same color as his face. Does anybody think that's a good idea? Or do we think that's a bad idea? Do we all understand that's his nose? Is it just me that thinks it looks like his lips? Because my husband was like, no, it's his nose. And I was like, no, it looks like lips. And he was like, why would his lips be above his mustache? And I was like, I don't know, it just looks like lips. Let me move my coffee before I sit back down. And I'll see what you guys are saying about my poor little Santa guy. He's just not exactly what I was expecting. You know, he's just not what I thought. He's he's cute. Better than what I could do. Oh, he's a cute Santa. Oh, his nose is a little wide, but I don't think it stands up to the other nose. Maybe the nose is a little smaller. Oh, okay, see, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. I was trying to make it like, you guys, if you do amigurumi, like trying to make it even from the eyes, And so I wasn't focused on how wide it is, but maybe you guys are right. It is kind of wide, isn't it? Maybe that's why it looks like lips to me. I wish I hadn't tied it off. I'm pretty sure I could still just snip it and like tuck it in and redo it. But I'm wondering if I should do it pink or if I should try it with the flesh tone and see if that works. I didn't mean to make him look like he's waving either, but he is. But he is. Not sure why, but it's okay. It works, I think. You know. The hat pattern was a little wonky. Little one, are you trying to scratch my carpeting? Please stop it. Thank you. That's the worst thing the cat does is try to scratch the carpet. I will say he doesn't do anything else bad, but he does try to scratch the carpet. But I need to get him a new scratching board in this room. But anyway, the hat pattern was weird because it had you do like this part of the hat and then stop and then do a front loop only and then build the rest. And I understand Santa hats are weird and tall until you fold them over. They look real weird until you do the fold because you got to make it a lot longer than you think to make that part happen. But it just looked like a straight up witch hat. And so I altered the pattern for the hat a little bit. I just felt like I had to because me and my husband were like, that looks like a witch hat because it was like straight up into a like point. It was very strange. But that's the only thing I altered about it. But I think you guys are right about the nose. I think maybe I should do something about the nose. Maybe that's what's killing me here. And I also haven't put his buckle on. He needs a buckle. But move the beard up, then it'll be a mouth, right? Put it in between his little layers because the beard has like two. I don't. You probably can't tell really, but it's two ruffles of like half double crochet stitches. But it said it was an optional second ruffle, and I was like, well, I want him to have a nice fluffy beard, so I'm gonna give him two ruffles. But you could have put like a mouth in between the ruffles, which is true. Very true. So not my favorite, but for my first Santa, I'll take it. But it's not what I was hoping for it to be. Perfectly honest with you. But as I always say, I like to show the flaws. I like to show the bad things that I make as well because you know what? They're not all that great. Sometimes you got to make a few things you're not happy with in order to get something you're a little happier with. So, it's okay. It'll be all right. All right, I'm gonna put a couple more stitches on here and then we'll go before Mackie gets home because your daddy's gonna be home soon. You hear me? No? Your daddy will be here soon. Daddy? Yours went up. Daddy? Yeah, your daddy will be here in a little bit. We'll go greet him when he gets here. He might take a little longer because of the snow, but still. We also probably should go make sure there's no more dishes in the kitchen to wash, too. Not that he would really care, but it's just nice not to come home and there to be dishes, right? He's not going to be mad or anything. He's not the type to be like, you didn't do the dishes, why not? But I just like to do it to be nice. All right, let's see. Whoa, kitty, you're knocking my pattern off the couch. But that's okay. I know where I'm at. I'll get in. It's back in the window again. Or back on the arm of the chair. The couch again. Feels like a chair, but it's a couch. Till I get the rest. But I'm excited to get it. I just don't know when it's coming yet. I really hope it's not in January. I'll be so sad because I really want it for Christmas, but we'll have to see. Tomorrow is, Wednesday, and then Thursday. It's possible there's a piece coming Thursday, but we don't know yet, so we'll have to see. Two different things said two different things, so I don't know. Just going to be prepared to be here Thursday in case. So that means depending on if and when the couch comes, I may stream Thursday. I don't know yet. If there's a couch coming, I may not be able to because I won't know when, but unless it comes early like it did the other day. But other than that, I will, but I'll make a post. I don't know what time it'll be yet, anywhere from 1 to later on. I'm not sure if I'm going to do another late one, but I did enjoy this one. I will do more if I don't this week, I will do more another week, but I did enjoy it though. You made some funny noses and eyes too, right? Man, I know. I was thinking, are his eyes too big? Like, what's wrong with little Santa? I was thinking maybe his eyes were too big because usually I'm like bigger eyes are cuter always, pretty much. Like I'd rather go one size too big than one size too small if I had a choice on the matter. But I was like, I don't know, maybe maybe I'm messing up this time. So I don't know. If I make another one, I'll play with it, but I'm not convinced I'm gonna make another one yet. I don't know. There's also an elf and I think a reindeer in the trio of patterns that I might try. But I don't know, because a lot of the elf pattern is based on the Santa pattern, so I know he's gonna be very similar to the Santa. So I'm not sure if I want to do it or not. I have to think about it. I really need to work on my tapestry after I finish these ornaments. That would be nice. Because I thought about something, I hate to even say it because I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to do it. But I really would love to be able to give this tapestry that I'm making to my grandpa for his. I can't do it for his birthday because my grandpa is going to be 95 on Saturday. But I could do it, and he doesn't have a real tree up or anything, so an ornament's not going to work for him. But what I was working on was a tapestry of a Christmas tree, and he could hang that up. And I was like, okay, but I think I'm gonna have to give it to him for Christmas because I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish it by Saturday, even if I like tried really hard. Maybe I could. I don't know. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. But either way, I want to give him a tapestry of a Christmas tree because I think that would be nice. So he has something with a Christmas tree on it for Christmas, and everything. But I'm excited. I'm proud of him. I can't believe he's gonna be 95. That's crazy. I'm very thankful. I'm very blessed. Just know that I know that. I keep thinking he was 93, but that's because that's how old Grandma was. But anyway, so I'm thankful for him. Yes, Mr. Kermit. Yes, it is Mr. Kermit. Yes, he's gonna be 95 years old. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Did you know that your great grandpa gonna be 95 years old? We're gonna have to go pay him a visit. Make him a nice card. Or buy him a nice card. Yeah, oops, don't stop me. But anyway, so I'm very thankful for that, and that'll be sweet. He's a very lucky old man because he had heart surgery in his 80s, a quadruple bypass, and that's not normally done on people in their 80s because normally they don't do well with that kind of surgery. But thankfully, he was in good enough shape, and they told him that he would have like however many years with the valve they gave him or whatever, and he has thankfully surpassed those years that they gave him, and is still doing well and was out today doing something, I don't know. you know so he's still got a social life, he's still out and about doing things, and I'm proud of him. He's doing good, so yeah, I'm thankful for him. I'm gonna cry if I keep talking about him, but I love you guys, and I thank you for being here today. And I hope that I will see you guys later on in the week. Probably Thursday, but like I said, I don't know when my delivery, if it's coming. So I don't know. I'll let you guys know though if I can. And I will see you guys when I do see you. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And yeah, I will probably post some pictures when I'm done with these too. And maybe when I post about when I'm going to do lives again. And yeah, I'll let you know. But I will see you later, and y'all have a good night. Bye. Whoops, that button. There we go. Okay. Bye.